我们带镜头也很快。北边来的没有关系。开一下。开了吗？
都开过了，里面那个是面。
下一个，这
个是也是面。
OK。
Yes, I know.
要不要再拉还是不拉？桌子要不要再拉？
所以书是要进这边，书通通进里头，其他进这边，才会收。哦。
Reaching the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha.
From now until I reach enlightenment.
From now until I reach enlightenment.
By the virtue of the goodness of my practice.
By virtue of the goodness of my practice.
May Buddhahood be achieved for the benefit of all sentient beings.
May Buddhahood be achieved for the benefit of all sentient beings.
Okay, if we could all go to the auditorium, just through here, to the opening.
Of exchange and practice, and also it was to bring Buddhists of different groups together. But we are more and more concerned about what we do in the world because we've seen what's happening in the world, and we feel that we do need to have a response to what's happening in the world and for it to be rooted in Dharma. So that's why we chose this thing. We chose it in discussion with some of our monastic colleagues, so it's got that blessing too. Please contact Jakarta or one of the people who need your help. Is gender and Buddhism, because I think Buddhism this is the 9th year of the Manchester Buddhist Convention. So next year is the 10th year. One of the other things we're keen to look at is what people who come to the convention would like to see happening in the next few years, if you want to see it continue, how you can input into it as well as what you would like.
Chi is in the Oxford room, which is down the stairs. Yeah. And the gender and Buddhism is in the Walkway Chapel.
Yeah, please come in. Oh, thank you. Please come in. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to be here to present to you the Dharma Master Cheng Yen's view of Buddhism in action. I've been coming up to these Buddhist conventions. This is the 4th year. So I presume some of you might have heard about Shiji, which is the registered charity, might have thought through what was the crisis, what was the problems, and you might have also the opinion how to help or how to solve it. Jaya mentioned, keep talking about compassion. All of us have compassion, all of us, but some people don't know how to express their compassion. So this is probably the opportunity for me to present to you the way our Master Cheng Yen thought through this almost 50 years ago, based on Buddha's wisdom. Simple philosophy here is because you know the pain, you know the devil, you know how to deal with it. But a lot of things that you get spread out in a newspaper, you don't know the devil, you don't know who they are, and you don't know how to deal with it. It's a simple sort of, so the pain that you suffer, yes, it's quite serious, quite bad, but sometimes you know the devil, you know how to deal with it. That's simple sort of a message from here. Next slide. It was 40 years ago when Ebola was recognized as a kind of deadly disease. But nothing has happened because people thought it was quite remote, it's in Africa, or never. But now you see it's all happening in the Western countries. You see it, including the Brits that died in Macedonia, the Americans, the Spanish, and a lot of people get involved in helping the country in West Africa's time to do the outbreak. Outside ourselves, a lot of them were, of course, where we may think we have little control. The notions that droplets of water emerge to form a river. So gradually, she managed to encourage people to do donation, big and small, and now we have Shiji foundations all over the world helping peoples in area of medicine, in areas of charity, in education. We have school, we have hospitals. It's all built during the last 50 years. It was a vision that Master Cheng Yen created for all of us to empathize so that people can sort of actually contribute bit by bit. Not all these contributors are rich, but they have the will to accumulate the wisdom and then to contribute bit by bit. There was this kind of circumstances that allow some people only to get into Buddhism, yeah? Even in the days of Buddha. And the same thing happened here. All of you are sitting here comfortably, you know about Buddhism, and you are the lucky ones. But a lot of people out there don't know about the Buddhism, don't know about the teaching of Buddhas. Okay? So the same thing with population that Master Cheng Yen dealt with during that time. And she felt that if you talk too much about theory, if you talk too much about things, they may not like it. Some people are happy to listen to you, some people may not like to listen to you. They feel uncomfortable or maybe they feel comfortable. So that's why she has the wisdom to design the way to make people come into Shiji, to do the compassion, to do the Buddhism in action. So this is how she did it. For the last 50 years, by doing a bamboo bank, by donating, if you you've got the power to donate money, you donate the money. If you've got the power to donate your skill, donate your skill. If you have time, you donate your time. So it's all sort of open. She opened many, many doors to allow people, all sort of people, okay, all walks of life, to come to interact. But then she realized, at the end of the day, all these people need to sustain their action in order to extend their compassion. You just can't do it one day in a year, on Christmas Day, or when there is a Christmas coming. You can't just do that. And she wanted us to do every day. By producing this video every day, she actually talked to us. We have a television now, from Da'ai Television, that she actually talked to all her followers every day. And she gives us a lot of examples of the things that are happening around it. So she heard a lot of report. The message here is basically that our heart is always good, but sometimes because of our greed, because of helping other people. In 2010-11 in Taiwan, there was a campaign of sore in his legs, and this sore didn't heal with many medications. But eventually, another monk that recognized this and said, "Comes and clean it off." There's nobody in the world that I won't trust. Well, this is very difficult. But Buddha's heart is like that. Buddha's heart is always trust people. Discriminations against all boundaries, because our Master Cheng Yen, following the wisdom of Buddha, thought that everybody, doesn't matter whether you different color, from different countries, different language, different religion, all of us has got the same heart as Buddha's.
A question about karma, if I may. There are many people, many communities who experience very serious suffering that appears to be caused by factors outside their control. Things happen to them unexpectedly, very dramatically, in which they appear to play no part in their own suffering. So how would that unexpected suffering link to the law of karma?
Obviously, we always believe the law of karma started from sort of endless time before. So the person who is born disabled in this life may have some sort of bad karma that brought with him or with her to this life. Okay, but then there is also a possibility of mitigations for these situations, because if he is good enough, he's got a good heart, he will meet up with people like yourself. All of you are very kind, who are going to help him, who help her, and to reduce his suffering. Okay, the suffering you cannot sort of complete it, obviously, but you can reduce it. And by doing that, if the person feels that he would be happy as well to help other people, he will forget about his suffering, he will forget about his disability, and stride into another sort of realm and to work for other people. Just like the lady who has got the pain, because she knows the devil. She knows the devil, the pain that she has in many years, she knows the devil. Then if she, say, sort of sublimates, go up to the other level, to go and help other people, and at the same time forget about their suffering, reduce the suffering, she or he will extend the wisdom of life for the future.
Very interested to see that you've featured Cornerstones, because a Catholic friend of mine,
yes,
he works there 1 or 2 days a week.
Yes.
He's a retired teacher, but he has a lot of building skills. And you know, we shouldn't think that, obviously, as you already know, compassion isn't restricted to one particular religion. We could all have compassion.
Have you ever tried to heal a politician?
It is not my, I haven't in my sort of professional life to deal with politicians, but obviously I'm a doctor. If the politicians come to me with an illness, I can heal them. But if they come with the problems they have, then problems not. So it depends on your ability. But a lot of times you can sort of do a counseling, trying to make friends with them. And one of the things that we want to talk about a lot is a bank of love. So if you instill enough time and efforts to to build up your trust and love with these people, then you will have this bank, like you're paying premium a long time for you to influence a person in one day, but you have to wait for that, then you have to be patient. And so I think this is all in the teaching, and saying that you try to put your effort not only once, the third time, many times. Buddha himself during his time, the disciples were different groups. Some of them pick up the message very quickly. Some of them has to be taught 3-4 times before they pick up the message. So the same thing like this. You just have to believe that you have the Dharma. You have the best thing in the world. So you have to believe in that one. You believe what you have is one of the best.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Oh, this is very practical.
This
Compassionate. Do you meet together to meditate or study the Dharma?
Yes.
And so I just wondered what tradition was Suji's practice founded on?
We talk about 50 years ago when Dharma Master Cheng Yen started. She only wanted everybody to have a compassion to help other people, okay? Either their money, time, whatever, okay? She didn't talk too much about the Dharma. She didn't talk too much about the Buddhism, okay? Because she doesn't want to scare people away. Because at that time, there were not many people come into the realm of Tzu Chi. But over 40 years, when we have done the charity for 10 years, medical service for 10 years, education for 10 years, and the humanism for 10 years, there were times that she felt this is probably the right time to insist more on Dharma, on Buddhism. The first thing that she did was to ask everybody to be a vegetarian. Previously, it was only advisable to be a vegetarian. But then there was this epidemic like Ebola, like SARS at the time, 2003. She spread the word and said, this is probably a man-made. SARS was a man-made because people eat different animals, the animal disease comes to human. So she was trying to say, if you stop eating animals, becomes vegetarians, these things may not happen. And because of that, we have to study with why, and we have to spread the words. All the youth were instructed. But now after 10 years, 2003 to 2007, a lot of people become vegetarian in our society. At the same time, from time to time, we have to learn the Dharma, either deeply or superficially, put it this way, depends on your circumstances, maybe you have time. The last 2 years, she has been advising us to get up in the morning to follow the headquarters at 4:30 in the morning Taiwan time, which is 10:30 our time in the evening, to have this teleconference to follow the chanting. So these are things that are coming along later on. So if you can pick up this message, this pattern, was that Tzu Chi was built initially with compassion for people to donate, people to contribute. But later on, because Dharma Master Cheng Yen has felt that she has a great debt to you all, because you're voluntary, working out there, you're working for Tzu Chi, you're helping other people, but I don't have anything to give it to you. So now I will make a gift. A gift is a Dharma. That's why the last 10 years, I think, we're getting more a Dharma situation that we learn. So we have television, we have books, we have clips on the YouTube, and we picked up to learn. Among ourselves, we sit down and share it. And from time to time, we go back to Taiwan, to the headquarters, and to learn from the proper nuns and monks.
Thank you.
Okay, you're most welcome.
We are always here. This one is the wisdom of work from
Yes, that's right.
If you want to know more about Turkey or our Master Chen Yan, do feel so up in Indonesia always having disaster, then there might be something then. So why you've been born being a rich, wealthy person, why you've been born to suffer then? All these things is related to our
So the next sessions are FGS is in the cafe, which is to my left through there. Stonewater Zen is in the library.
So you're part of this, how do you pronounce it?
Yes, it's Suji.
Suji,
Yeah,
couldn't pronounce
yeah.
it, you see, yes.
It's all right, don't worry. And you do stuff, right?
That's Cajun.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
This one, it's good for you. It's organic seasoning. If you put 1 teaspoon in the stir fry, you get the sauce.
Thank you. Contact us with the email behind.
Yeah, she's an interesting lady. I've seen some of her.
And I finish it, and then something.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
It's all from Taiwan and made by the GTD. All of them are like
Yeah.
問陣地，即係都喺搖啊，關於就是要烤鸡啊，不能你教他怎么做？以前跟
I sincerely kneel before you. Please listen to these words from my heart. Building a war between nations, the struggle between the people, the war of greed and rapid spreading. The spirits of the people.
O great compassionate Buddha, you once said, the mind, Buddha, and all sentient beings are no different from each other. You, I, and others are all equal. We need to learn from you the wisdom to close the distance between self and others, the selflessness to eliminate all of our attachments. Please bestow peace upon the world. Please bless all sentient beings with harmony. O great compassionate Buddha, please accept my sincere prayer. Please accept my sincere prayer.
Jaya wanted to say that thank you everybody for coming today. It's been a really good day, and it wouldn't have happened without yourselves. We look forward to seeing you next year on the second Saturday in October, if you can put that in your diaries. And we are hoping to, well, we are planning to hold some smaller events in the different Dharma centres around Manchester, maybe another 2 events throughout the year. So we'll be advertising those in our usual way, so keep your eyes open for that one. Okay, thank you everybody.
Thank you.